the self-proclaimed four heavenly kings of wine and women. At first, we have Murim Alliance hopeful, Sima Gyuk. Then we have a person who has irritable bowel syndrome and repeated exam taker, named Ju Jaryang. Then the West Wind escort establishment, the youngest heir to his household, Gu Ung. Lastly, the infamous heir of the Yunhe merchant group, Li Jinian. These are the members of the group. They had all gathered, having heard the unbelievable rumor that their pushover friend had returned. Well, Jinian can't handle these self-proclaimed friends again. Li Jinian remembered seeing these guys before. They always hung out, talking about liquor and women. We heard you were back. Are you all right? Ju Jaryang asks. Jin replies that he is fine. Jaryang says that he is looking more than fine. In fact, he is looking intense, with all the muscle in his body. Gu Ung, who previously saw Jinian after the battle, asks Jin whether he trains in secret. Sima Guk, on the other hand, realizes that someone can't reach this level through training alone. He is certain that this is martial arts. They say that. They heard the rumor that Jin fought and defeated Ouyang Hu. Who taught you martial arts? They ask, saying that there's no way Jin learned that on his own. Jin replies that he just got lucky. As they are having a conversation, Jin speaks up with a serious voice. He says that Li Jinian, that guy, is dead, referring to his previous self. Everyone seems a little confused and annoyed, but they decide to ignore the question. Jaryang asks Jin, what's his next plan? Jin says that he has got debts that are tied to his sect to repay. He will help with the merchant group while preparing for that. Then he speaks with a cold look in his eyes. He says that he is not interested in anything but getting stronger. Two of them start sweating in this tense moment. Did we walk into the wrong house? Gu Ung whispers, while Sima Guk retains his calm expression, reminiscing the past. Previously, Sima and Jin had a conversation. It was before Jin going to seclusion. Sima suggested Jin to use this time to recover, study, and change. By listening to the word change, Jin replied that if he can change, that would be great. Presently, he congratulates Jin for his new change. Ju Jaryang adds that it's really worth celebrating. Well, the Fist King smiles, thinks that it turns out that even Jinian had real friends. While pouring a glass, Jin says that he has changed, no doubt about it. But what about you guys? He asks. They reply that if they were the type to change easily, they wouldn't be them. They decide not to talk about it today. They all thought they were frogs in a well, but it turns out one of them already climbed out and saw the world. Their conversation ended at night with congratulating Jin for his transformation. Three of them walk away waving their hands. Gu Ung speaks that of all of them, the worst screw-up is the one who came back all grown up. So it kind of feels like youth is over. Gyuk says that he is feeling unusable lonely today, so he should go. Where to? A brothel? Jaryang asks. Sima shouts that he means home, and he tells Jaryang to study because he always fails. Jaryang replies that he has told 1,000,000 times that it's not that he is bad at studying. He is just terrible at exams. At the same time, at Sweet Scent House, the little deity sect leader Yomji Sang becomes outrageous while hearing the news that Ouyang Hu is dead. Is the heir of the Yunhe merchant group that strong? He asks. The Ouyang clan member relies, saying, yes, it didn't even go past 30 exchanges. Jinian crushed their captain. What weapon did he use? The leader inquires. The member replies that Jin used his fists only. Yom Jisang says that it's a disgrace for a swordsman to lose to a young martial artist who only used his fists. What about revenge, sir? The disciple asks. Jisang says that they can't seem revenge over a fair and open duel. The disciple shouts, telling the leader that he should reconsider since they were friends. Immediately, Yom Jisang slices the neck of the disciple, asking who the hell befriends a corpse? He then gets information from a messenger that Yunha merchant group is refusing to pay taxes now, and they have killed Uyanghu. How should they take this? He asks. One of his men replies that it means Yunha group isn't acknowledging the little deity sect. Will you kill them? One of the members asks. Yom Jisang replies that they can't go around killing people just like that since they are not gangsters. Meanwhile, 3 of the heavenly kings enter the sweet scent house in order to have a drink, even though their friend has changed. As they are passing, Sima Guk hears Yom Jisang saying that he wants the money of Yunha merchant group. His man says that the old man, Li Seongmin, is a master negotiator. There's a rumor he's richer than people realize. Jisang replies that it makes someone wonder just how much would the young heir of such a merchant group be worth? Without a moment hesitation, Sima Guk ran and meets Jin to tell him what happened. Jin replies that it's so touching. It's seriously tearing him up, especially since Guk came back this late. Jin remembers about the little deity sect from the previous fight. Where are those people now? He asks. Guk replies that they are probably at their base now. Jin invites Guk to come inside for now. He gives Guk a black robe-like cloth to disguise himself and tells him to wear it. What even is this, and where are we? Anyway, Guk asks. Jin replies that it's the guard squad's warehouse, and they are going to their enemy's base, and they will be back before breakfast. Guk shouts, saying that it's just the 2 of them, and there will be the entire little deity sect. Jin replies that it doesn't matter, and that's the reason why they are moving first. Guk was about to say something, but he was stopped. Hey, Murim Alliance hopeful, lead the way, Jin says. Later, at little deity sect's base. Jin sees from the top of a house that there are countless guards, so this has to be the place. He gets down and tells Guk, and his job here is done. The inside is swarming with their guards. How are we supposed to get in? Got some genius plan? Guk asks. Li Jin-eon, also known as Dan Wusong, the Fist King, breaks the door and barges straight into the enemy territory alone, saying that for today he would just do it what he used to do in his past life. Dan Wusong had never backed down from a fight since he was a child. Not even back when he was a young orphan, or while surviving in the martial world. Not even when he rose to the title of King of Fists, with nothing but his fists. Dan Wusong was always a man who enjoyed fighting. Jin-eon kicks the gate and opens it. This alarms all the martial artists in the ground. He walks straight into them and asks, where is their leader? The martial artist gets angry and calls him a lunatic. Jin-eon quickly grabs his neck and twists it. He then warns everyone not to make him repeat his question. Seeing the others gets agitated. Hearing the ruckus, the manor master comes out and asked about the noise. Jin-eon replies that he is an assassin and asks the man if he is the head of the lesser immortal sect. The man wonders, who the hell is this guy? This is the first time he has seen an assassin making such a flashy entrance. The man then focuses on the bruises on Jin-eon's hand and recalls what his subordinate told him about a man beating them with only fist. He then asked Jin-eon if he is from the Yunhe merchant group. Jin-eon shouts, "What if I am?" The man gives a sinister smile and says, "To think someone so important would show up personally. In that case, I won't hold back." Saying this, the guards throws net to capture Jin-eon. However, he dodges that in time. This scene makes Jinyon recall about the time he had with the group of demonic faction. Jinyon grabs the net and swings it. However, he finds it hard to move as he wants. Even with that difficulty, he attacks and knocks off many enemies. Jinyon smiles, and he finds this fun. He attacks continuously and makes a bloodbath. He was killing mercilessly. Seeing this, the rest of the martial artist gets scared. Seeing the pile of dead bodies, everyone wonders who is this monster. At that instant, an arrow comes and scars the face of Jinyon, revealing this face. Jinyon removes the blood and says, "That a fancy weapon." The lesser immortal sect head says that don't like using expensive stuffs, but he will make an exception for him. After that, the rest of the martial artist grabs Jinyon's leg and holds on tightly. The man shouts, and some people with crossbow in their hand comes. The head laughs and tells Jinyon even if he is good with his hands, he will not be able to block this. Saying this, he orders to fire. The men shots the arrows. Rain of arrows are pouring toward Jinyon. Seeing that the head didn't care, even for his own people, Jinyon thinks the dark blade would be speechless seeing this. At that time, a dagger comes to Jinyon. He grabs it, and with a single attack, he deflects all the arrows. The head gets nervous to see this. The dagger was thrown by Jinyon's friend. Jinyon turns and smiles at him for giving the dagger in time. After that, Jinyon throws the dagger at the man. The man is able to dodge it, but he gets a slight cut in this neck. Jinyon gives a dead glare and says, "I don't usually use a blade, but I made an exception just for you." The man thinks that Jinyon is a psycho. He orders his men to shot the rest of the arrows and kill Jinyon. In the meantime, Jinyon uses his swift movements and gets closer to the man. Jinyon clenched his fist and is about to kill the man. Seeing him coming, the man uses the girl beside him as a shield. Jinyon gets angrier seeing this. He uses lighting hour and attacks. His attack causes an huge impact, which breaks the home. However, he rescued the girl successfully. The man is shaking, seeing the power of Jinyon. The man thought Jinyon would be a naive young man, as he is heir of the merchant group. However, the way he fight is no different than a veteran warrior. Jinyon slowly walks towards the sect leader. Seeing him, the leader starts to beg and tries to bribe him. Jinyon didn't hear his nonsense, and he steps on the leader's chest. He then uses his hand and pierces the man's heart. The woman and his friend gets shocked to see this. Jinyon then removes his hand, says, "Filthy."